Today is the um, hello everyone. How are you doing today? Today, for me, in this time of recording, is December 15th, and it is a day after my birthday. And the reason I'm recording a video today is because a year ago today was the day that my life completely imploded, and my understanding of so much was challenged to the core of my being. And I wanted to share with you where I'm at in that journey. I made a video 6 months ago. And so it's 6 months ago from that video. And I wanted to be able to give you some insight, some mapping of uh, where I am and how I have transformed and how I have healed and how I am healing. So if you will indulge me, I wrote this morning and I'll read it to you from my heart to yours and to the heart of our collective community, which is truly beautiful. And you've all been a huge part of me staying anchored and staying focused and staying true to myself in this process and true to this path. So thank you. A year ago, my life imploded. Not just my life, my psyche, my sense of self, my identity, my understanding of God, what I was doing, and where I was going with my life. In a very real sense, my life came to an end, or rather, the life that I was living and how I was living it. What I didn't know or understand was that I had built my future on top of a foundation that had a huge fault. This fault was a wound that had not been healed. This wound had not been healed because I had confused forgetting with forgiveness. But it could not be left unattended, as within it was a core piece of myself that had been abandoned. It took falling for a scammer, falling in love with someone who did not exist, losing so much money, most of which was in loan and credit, in order to get my attention and provide me with the breakdown that has led to this breakthrough that I am now embracing and living from. This wound, which could not be ignored, was born in self-abandonment. I understand that I abandoned myself here as a reaction to survival. I understand that my father's inability to love me as I am, how I am, the way that I am, became an internalized experience where self-love was only accessible to a certain point. But the imprint left was a belief that I am inherently unlovable. And with this belief as reality, love has always been elusive in my life. Relationships of all kinds are dicey. How soon will I be abandoned? How soon will I be the one who does the abandoning? It's best to keep love at a distance and layer my heart in sheets of ice and isolation than risk knowing love that will inevitably be taken away. And this perfect wound created a perfect blind spot where no matter how intuitive I may be, I could not see the attack from the scammer, which was disguised under the facade of unconditional love. The very thing my heart ached for, a fantasy come true that had absolutely no grounding in reality. And now I stand here at the precipice of this new life. When everything imploded last year, another core wound, which has been with me throughout many of my incarnations, also came roaring to the surface in ways that I could not deny or suppress. I think I've lived most of my life in a quiet panic. I've lived most of my life in low-key terror. I've lived most of my life wanting to die and finally be free of experiencing this life. The terror, the panic, the fear that I've been living with is that it's simply not safe to be alive. It's not safe to be in a body. It's not safe to be incarnated physically in any way on this planet. And while proof abounds that this world is a dangerous place to be in, that is not the truth of the spirit, nor of the soul. I had finally achieved a place of stabilization in my life. I was mostly debt-free, paid off my credit card every month, was able to plan trips and actually travel around the country. It had taken me decades to learn how to do this for myself and successfully navigate the worlds of career and finance while diffusing the many life bombs of my inner saboteur. I believed I had finally graduated and that New Earth 5D living was here at last and it was all mine. Then came this, the biggest, most dramatic bombing of my stable yet fragile existence. This implosion has become one of the most important things to have ever happened to me. I've been stripped away of so much, but mostly the belief that it's dangerous to be alive and that I have been abandoned because I'm unlovable. And I see now with vivid clarity that the real journey, the one I've been waiting for my whole life, is finally at my doorstep. I cannot greet it with the baggage of the past. I cannot squeeze myself through the doorframe of my history and take that history with me on this grand new adventure. Something has got to give, and that something is me. I'm here to share this journey with you in vulnerability, but also in strength. What I've gone through and how I'm being reborn from this experience is incredibly personal, but it's also what makes it universal. None of us are going through our lives alone. That is merely a perception. What we are actually doing is being reborn into the greater family of life. This is the regenesis of our souls into this world without the restraints and constrictions of the wounds that once defined us. This new world is being born from within us. Fear cannot find a foothold here, as it only knows what's gone before. It cannot comprehend the language of love and of the eternal now, from which all creation springs forth, from within our sacred self and our sacred expression as divine beings of source, life, God, the universe. I am not the man I was a year ago. In fact, that guy died in the implosion. The bits of him that remain are being reformed, re-informed, healed, and rebirthed into who? What? That's the next adventure. Surrender is the movement that I am currently practicing. Love is the mystery that is being unraveled within me and around me. This is the time that I have been waiting for. This is the adventure that calls me to give myself completely so that I may have absolutely everything my heart has ever dreamt of. It's an adventure that I would like to share with you, and one that invites you to share yours with me and with others who are daring to do the same. This is a new world that we are birthing, and we were never meant to do it alone. Let's be allies and midwives to one another in our experiences of awakening and integration. Let's be beacons to each other, that wild love that lights the way back home to our true selves, where only love is real. Oh, dear. Tissues. They're so far away. Speaking of which, I need to get going as I have a healing session with Loreli Drache, and I need to get ready for that. If you are somebody who is seeking soul healing that goes deep into your life, and not just your life, but into your lifetimes and your soul essence as it came onto the planet, I want to recommend Loreli to you. Her work with me has been core in this process of dealing with eons of grief, thousands of years of grief, and being able to process, heal, reconcile, and integrate. I've never worked with anyone like her. I've never met anyone like her. So I just want to put that shout out there in this relationship of supporting each other, in this relationship of collaboration. And she's incredibly affordable right now. So yeah, just a big shout out to Loreli. And I've got 10 minutes before that session starts. So I just want to let you know about her as well. And if you want to stick around, I've got some video of this fabulous location I'm staying in, this gift to myself. The counterpoint to last year's implosion was this gift to myself of being able to have an oasis, heal, go within, and do the work of regenesis and do the work of reintegration. So it's a great location. It's near Black Hawk, Colorado, and highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Love to you all. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
In awe, I breathe. I pause. My heart beats in awe. We are cosmic dust. We are cosmic dust.
It seems like the lights now. Okay. Pretty. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is fun. This is good. This is me living. I'm breathing.